And welcome to the Barry White Jesus Show. On the set of A Lonely Place to Die, we are here with the wonderful, beautiful, yet dangerous, eyes glassing over, the Shark.
Hello.
Shark, you do many things on set, not only fashion design and that kind of thing, but you're also playing Claire Galdwin,
Yeah.
who is kind of like the protector for their family, who has a nemesis within the film, etc., etc. But before that, not only because I think you were even cast in the role as you were just reading for a role,
Yeah.
so that's how impressive you are. But can you tell us a little bit about initially how and why you came onto the project?
Um, so initially, I was brought here, recommended by Cam and Nick, and I believe Dawn as well for wardrobe. And so I was very, very excited as soon as I read the script. Immediately, I'm like, oh yeah, like this is something I would love to be a part of. And so at the table read, I just had fun with it and kind of, I don't know, like in my mind, I was just like, I'm just gonna have fun and just read, and but at the same time, I'm like, I want to give it my all because I still want to hear and feel the way I felt when I read the script to myself.
Okay.
So at that time, hearing it out loud, I just kind of wanted to give it that flavor, and now I'm here.
Now you're in the film.
Right.
So wardrobe to,
Yeah.
billing.
Right.
Yeah,
oh my
that's
God.
crazy.
It's an amazing feeling. I'm very excited and happy to be here.
And before we go to some of the other questions that I've asked most of the other actors that were describing character and stuff like that, we'll get that in a second.
Okay.
But in terms of, sets, director, production, how do you feel about the film?
I love it. I feel like the set is an amazing set. We have a great cast. There's very great chemistry amongst us all, which is to me is the biggest thing on set. And then of course with the production crew, there's also that same really good chemistry. We all mesh well. We're all respectful to each other's positions. We're respectful to the craft.
Right.
And I love the fact that everybody is a team player. There's nobody here that's like I'm the leader. Like even Jamal, who's the leader, who's
Right,
like
right.
he's
the
like
director,
I'll hop in here, do this.
I'll fire anyone.
But I'll still help anyone too.
Right.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that because I feel like you have to have that balance.
Yeah.
And we have a great balance here. So I feel like this project is going to be very blessed.
So before character, and because you wear a couple hats, well, we can get into a little extension here with you. What is the feel from a fashion design that you try to bring to each set and film?
So my goal is to always be fluid and to not be afraid to push fashion boundaries. I like the idea of, like, yes, we're in Detroit, but Detroit is a fashionable state. We bring trends. We're known for certain things, so I like to incorporate what we're known with. And
Right next to Livernois.
Exactly. And then I also like to make sure that we have that flair of like, okay, was this production in Hollywood? Because a lot of times people look at certain films and they're like, okay, I could tell this was done here, or I could tell this was in New York, or I could tell this was in Atlanta, or I could tell this was in Detroit. So my goal is always to be on top of that to make sure that we're showing another side of just not like we're not only Detroit fashion, we're broad. We got some characters who can really go above and beyond just looking like the average Joe from 7 Mile, or like the average girl or the average city girl, the average girl next door. It's like always fun to really play around and put things together so that way we can bring emotions and we can really bring out like I like to make sure things look good too,
Yeah.
So if our backgrounds look good, I like to, if we're outside, I like to make sure the colors are looking good so that the city looks good. Like just it's so many things. It's a really great way to create and play, but the best thing is to make sure we're always fresh and just pushing boundaries.
And I would ask you a bunch of other questions, but I think this is the biggest teaser of the interviews that I've done thus far. You gotta watch this shit for Shark, okay? She's playing Claire Galdwin. She is the protector. you can figure out what she brings to the character when she plays it. Please check in. This is the Barry White Jesus Show on the set of A Lonely Place to Die with my girl Shark. Stay blessed. Happy holidays. We look to see more of you in the new year when the content comes out.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Cut.